Welcome back to Colony Planet Coaster, and here we are in Lockdown Land. As you can see, we've got a new addition. I've just switched it up very quickly. It is a beautiful little sky ride there, and this is designed really to get people from over here to all the way over here. So it takes you basically from the spooky zone, and it takes you over to the what is currently the Pirate Cove rear entrance, or front entrance, depending on which way you're coming from. I'd say this is the rear entrance, because you come in through the volcano, which is obviously the big entrance, so this is like the rear entrance. So all that's down at this end really is some shops, a ride system, and the cable car. But it's also conveniently close to the sci-fi world, and also the soon-to-be, I say soon-to-be, probably going to be a while, kind of Aztec kingdom thing place. So first things first, let's take a ride on the cable car, and then after we've done that, we'll do something. We'll build a station. Yeah, how about that? We'll build a station at the other end, because at the minute there is no station at the other end. So sky ride. This is actually I really like roller coasters and things. I love roller coasters. I think they're brilliant. I like rides in general. Rides are very, very safe. Rides are very safe. There's two of the safest places to be sat in the world at any time is either on a roller coaster or a plane. Now, there is an exception there, kind of Southeast Asia, but they have a lot of plane crashes, and there's a lot of Chinese rides been built over the years, not quite to the same health and safety standards as the ones you might find in European and American parks. But even then, the actual risk of anything going wrong is very, very low. Now, the actual most dangerous ride I've ever been on was, in fact, the Go Gator ride at Twin Lakes, one of the Twin Lakes parks. Yes, bit old and bit large to go on the little apple Go Gator thing that goes through the apple. Oh, this one didn't have an apple; it just had like a metal frame because the apple, the sheet had gone. But the restraint didn't work and the bar didn't close, so I was basically, I would say, hanging on for dear life all the way round. But actually, it doesn't go very fast, and even if I'd have fallen out, I'd probably just got up and walked off. It was a proper kiddie coaster, but nonetheless, that was probably the most dangerous ride I've ever been on. The most dangerous ride I think I've ever been on, or not the most dangerous ride I think I've ever been, the ride that makes me fear the most, the ride that I think, oh, this is scary the most. There's two, I would say. Ferris wheels, because I just don't like that dangliness, right? And also London Eye, less so much, because the London Eye, the capsules are grabbed on by the actual thing, the actual arms. They've got big arms that grab on, and they've got gears and stuff on them. So you're actually connected at a few different points there. Ferris wheels, where you're just literally dangling, and it feels like there's like a bolt. Okay, a bolt going through the top to you. That I don't like them. They scare me immensely. And these do as well. Sky rides, these as well. I look at them. I look at the not the rope, it's steel, isn't it? I look at the steel above, and I think, not that the steel's going to break, because actually steel's very, very resilient indeed. So I don't think the steel's going to break. You look at how much tension there is in those rope springs. I don't think that at all. What I fear is that, like at a point like this where you're going over the towers, I fear that the thing will actually fall off, because from what I can tell, it's just gravity keeping them on. There's like a bar at the top, and it's just the gravity holding them down. And I believe there is a spring and another wheel that goes up at the front of them, but they're just kind of grabbed on. They're just kind of hanging over. So the gondolas, it scares me. I get very scared of these. Now, the scariest one by far is the ones at Alton Towers. And the ones at Alton Towers, because they're very, very high up, and one of them is when you go over the gardens. It's very high up, and there's a huge gap between the two towers either side, and the cable sags down significantly. Now you're only on it for, I don't know, 30 seconds at that point, that section, about 30 seconds you're going over, and it plays nice music and stuff, but it is a long way up. Now, I can bear that, and I'll go on it. You know, I'm not going to go on it. You know, so fundamentally I know it's safe. Yeah, so I'll go on it, whatever. But sometimes it'll stop, right, and it'll stop right in the middle of that part of the track. Okay, it'll stop right at that point where you're kind of at the lowest point, and then from there you're just kind of dangling. Okay, and I hate it. Well, okay. Case in point, my skyride has just done exactly that. It has just stopped. Oh dear. Breakdown time. Breakdown at Lockdown Land? Who'd have thought? Not me. I'm sure they'll get us going again in a minute. Well, that took about 15 minutes. Oh my word. Right, that's the problem, yeah? Okay, that's the problem there. Back to what I was saying about the ones at Alton Towers, right? When they stop, and the Emirates airline did this as well. If you've not been on the Emirates airline, it's a cable car that goes over the River Thames. And it's basically, it's just, oh, look at that, right, go through, there's flames come out, brilliant. Emirates Airlines is a cable car system that goes over the River Thames, and you basically ride it just a bit like a ferry or a train. It's there for as much as a tourist attraction. I think some commuters do actually use it. So we went on that, and that's got a really steep dip going up, a really long, very high section over the Thames, and then another bit coming down as well. So I found that was quite scary, but the Alton Towers one was really scary. What scares me about the Alton Towers one, the scariest bit, is when it starts going again or when it stops, because the actual gondola itself, it bounces up and down, like because of the tension of the cable. It's like a spring, and I was on it a couple of years ago, and it was a bit windy, not too windy, so they wouldn't operate if it was too windy and too not unsafe. There was a car next to us, right, and we both stopped at the same time, and we oscillated up and down, and I swear our car went as high as the top of their car and then all the way down again. It was up and down like proper turbulence on a plane. Nothing to grab onto. You just really scary, really making me sweat thinking about it. So I do dread going on that. Really, and if it's windy, I'll admit I will walk around, but then I'll regret it because you like walked a kilometre, or even worse, go through the gardens. Never go through the gardens at Alton Towers, unless you've got like hiking boots and a GPS, and you're ready for the huge hike up. So here we are. That was fun, wasn't it? Not really. So here we go. We're going to build the station now. Now this station, we've got two options. We can either build it in the style of the spooky zone behind, or we can build it in the style of the outposty style buildings that we've got just down here. Just 1 second there. We can sort that out. Right. Yes. So let's build it in the style of the buildings next to us. My beverage today is the Coca-Cola Zero again. I'm now just monitoring the calories that I'm eating on a day-to-day basis because, you know, after all these months in lockdown, not been getting much exercise. Yeah, some of my clothes are getting a little bit tight. So I've figured that I'm probably now not in a position just to buy bigger clothes, because, you know, where does that end? So I've decided now I'm just going to lose some weight, or at least, you know, lose a little bit of weight. So Coke Zero. You know what? The thing, McDonald's is case in point here, because I went for McDonald's and I went for the wrap of the day, because wraps are back on now. Wraps have started again to the minimum menu. And I got a sweet chili chicken wrap. Well, that's alright, 350 calories. I thought, well, that's fine. So I'm allowed 2,000 calories, anywhere between 1,500 and 2,400 calories a day. 2,400 calories maintains my weight. Anything below that, I'll lose it. Extreme weight loss is at 1,400. I'm aiming for about 2,000 calories a day. You know what? I do like my food, right? But realistically, if I have to go down to Coke Zero, is it any great loss? No, not really. So I thought, right, brilliant. Wrap, 357 calories, great. Coke Zero, 1 calorie, literally 1 calorie. And I've got an app that does all the salt and sugar and all sorts, carbs, saturated fats. It's brilliant. And then I went to the bit where, on the app, because you can choose side salad, fries, that kind of thing. So I went on the app and I chose fries. The fries, medium fries, 380 calories. 380 calories! So I went for a side salad, 1 calorie. So technically, I reckon I could eat a McDonald's breakfast, lunch, and evening meal, and I'd be within my calorie limit. Unfortunately, it would have been a lot of salad and Coke Zero. So yeah, I think I'm going to do a meal replacement for breakfast. I'm not a big breakfast person, but because I don't eat breakfast, it does make me snack during the morning, or have a massive lunch and probably overeat at lunch. So I'm probably going to go for some sort of meal replacement, maybe Huel, something like that, at breakfast, just to keep me going, and then a small lunch, and then basically do what I want for tea. You know, have what I want for tea. Yeah, so cutting all that out. Also, moving over to alcohol-free beverages. You know, they taste the same. You know, you ain't got the damaging effects of alcohol. Not to mention the humongous amount of empty calories you get in alcohol. So, yeah, some big changes afoot there. But what can I say? You know, that's what's going on. Right, what are we doing here? So we're going for a wood construction. Wood. And we're going to go for a nice kind of pitched roof all the way across. It's quite a nice building, this. I like it. Quite a big building as well. And I've got a staff building next to it as well. Staff building, of course, which is used for the kiddies train that was in the last episode. The kiddies train goes down and round and then back in behind, but you can't actually see it from it. So this actually hides the kids coaster. Excuse me. This actually hides the kids coaster, which is what I intended, because I don't want you to see the kiddie coaster. I think the kiddie coaster isn't very extreme. I think it's the anticipation that gets the kids when they're on the kiddie coaster, because it's basically unknown. Ooh, there's not even a hint. Well, there is. The last bit of it is outside, but it looks quite tame. The back bit is. So let's make this nice and big. No one really going on the cable car, as I can see there, which is a shame, but I'm sure they will at some point. This really is a transport ride, a bit like the underground one. So we've got, obviously, the monorail is going to be the main transport ride, but that's not going to be finished until the park's finished. It's probably going to be the last ride to go into operation. We've got this, which will go from the spooky zone over to the, it'll kind of link up this side of the park to the, if you don't want to walk all the way around through the cove or through the volcano or through the gardens, this will link up to the back of the pirate zone and to the sci-fi zone and to the Aztec-y, wonderful, mysterious, ancient zone. Oh, engineer! Hello! I'll check him out. He's like John Wayne. John Wayne with that toolkit. What a cool dude. Yeah, still like to see some female engineers. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? You know, I ain't seen one. I don't think. Are they in the game? I haven't seen one if they are. Let's just give this some finesse. And of course, the pitched roof. All very homely and safe is this building. That's what we like to see. Don't want guests to be too frightened. Sky ride at the end of the day. And then there we go, and then that down there, and we'll just finish these off, make them look like we meant it. And there we go. Right, on the front of this, I still need to put on signs and information boards and lighting and some scenery down at the bottom, some decorations to make it look like the other side. I'll probably put some more smoke in as well. We'll see that when we come back and tour this part of the park. Other than that, please like and subscribe. Next week, we're going back over to finish some bits off in the desert zone, the Texas Old West. Ta-da! See you then. Bye-bye.